Good morning, Nigerians. Morning, Salmon patients. Here is the morning news. Nigeria is deepening collaboration with Japan to build strategic partnership and mobilize funding for upgrade and expansion of power transmission infrastructure in the country. This is coming as the Federal Executive Council recently approved counterpart funding for 19 billion naira to catalyze loan funding for $238 million from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. The loan funding will support the expansion of the national grid with construction of more than 200 kilometers of new double-circuit transmission lines and substations. Now, in another bold move that seeks to further ignite the economic landscape of southwest Nigeria, the Office of the Sustainable Development Goals, in partnership with Renewed Hope Initiative, has presented empowerment items to about 3,500 women in the zone. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, flagged off the exercise for the region with the empowerment of 1,000 beneficiaries in Lagos State. State House correspondent Adini Taiwo reports.
Sustainable Development Goals 1, 5 and 8 are all in focus as the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, in partnership with Renewed Hope Initiative and matching support from the state government, lined up empowerment items including deep chest freezers, gas cookers with oven, industrial grinding machines and generating sets as objects of hope to be distributed to 1,000 beneficiaries in the state.
The empowerment of women in all spheres of life is central to achieving the SDGs, especially SDG 5 on achieving gender equality and empower all women and girls, and SDG 8 on decent work and economic growth. This program aligns with the Renewed Hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which prioritizes inclusivity, economic growth, and sustainable development to all Nigerians, particularly women's economic empowerment. So the beneficiaries of this empowerment program, let these items serve as a foundation for creating a better life for yourselves and your families.
It's far more than the distribution of support. It is sowing the seed that will grow into forests of possibility. We will equally ensure that this initiative is supported with structures to help that through this skills development, mentorship program will push and the leakages will be wider, will create a wider opportunity.
Providing women with access to resources, skills and opportunity, they can become economically self-reliant, contributing to the development of their household and influence decision-making within their communities.
The intervention, which held simultaneously in all the 6 states in the Southwest Zone, targets a total of 18,500 women across the country, 500 each from the states. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
In talking education now, the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, has pledged to incorporate the Lumina 2030 into its operations, work plans and budgets. It also assured that it will align its operations with state Universal Basic Education Boards, SUBEBs, frameworks to guarantee the program's ownership and delivery. This was at the official handover of Lumina 2030 to the Commission. Launched by the Federal Ministry of Education in March 2025, Lumina is a flagship program designed to empower 1 million underserved Nigerian girls with education, vocational training, and community support. Incorporating Lumina 2030 will strengthen the Commission's ongoing efforts to reduce the number of out-of-school children and improve learning outcomes, especially for girls in rural and low-income communities.
UBEC takes full responsibility for sustaining and strengthening the initiative. Although the implementation is now housed with UBEC, it must be emphasized that the Federal Ministry of Education and the Lumina committees remain central to this journey. Their continued policy oversight, technical guidance, and strategic direction will Be critical in ensuring that Numina 2030 stays aligned with the National Vision for Education and Sustainable Development Goal 4.
It is expected that UBEC will integrate Lumina into its annual work plan and budget and strengthen the collaboration with Federal Ministry of Education, ensure transparency, accountability for progress, patronize state level capacity building to ensure full ownership for the initiative.
Start. Lumina is being implemented across 12 pilot states across the 6 geopolitical zones with plans for national scale-up by 2030. And the governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, reaffirmed their commitment to repositioning the party ahead of the 2027 general election. This forms part of major outcomes of the Governors Forum meeting held in Gusau, Zamfara State. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
These are the governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, holding their forums meeting for the first time in Zamfara State. The meeting held at the Government House, Gusau, largely deliberated on party affairs and some national issues.
Commitment to the resolution at the 101st National NEC meeting of July 25th regarding the November 15 National Convention. It urges members to resist all attempts to derail the convention by anti-party forces, but condemns the continued monstrous killings in Katsina, Plateau, Niger, Benue State, and other parts of the country.
The meeting was attended by governors of Bauchi, Zamfara, Taraba, Adamawa, Oshun, Bayelsa in Oyo states, the PDP acting national chairman, the forum's director general, and some members of the party board of trustees were also in attendance. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And talking electoral matters, more than 500,000 Nigerians have pre-registered online for the continuous voter registration exercise within the first 5 days of its resumption. INEC National Commissioner disclosed this during the official flag-off of the nationwide sensitization campaign in Abuja. Kenechukwu Ojuyenum reports.
The roadshow and sensitization are part of INEC's efforts to ensure a credible and inclusive electoral process. From the streets of Maitama to Gariki down to Wuse and other major streets, staff of the commission took time to educate residents on the process for the online pre-registration phase while distributing handbills and flyers. INEC staff readily provided answers to questions from residents.
As part of efforts to deliver on our mandate to conduct free, fair, credible and inclusive elections, the commencement of the CVR exercise highlights a significant step in our effort to strengthen Nigeria's democracy.
The in-person registration will commence at INEC offices nationwide from 25th of August 2025. The first phase runs until December 2025, with the second phase scheduled from January to the 30th and the third phase in August 2026.
From the 25th, people will be attended to in our offices nationwide, the 36 states and the FCT and the 774 local government offices of INEC, from 9 o'clock to 3 p.m.
The Commission seized the opportunity to also call on political parties, civil society groups and the media to support the exercise by creating awareness among Nigerians, noting that the permanent voter card remains the gateway to strengthening democracy and ensuring people's voices are heard at the polls. In Abuja, Kenechukwu Ojuyenum, NTA News.
And the Federal Ministry of Environment, in its latest flood prediction, says 29 communities in Benue, Borno, Gombe, Kebbi, Nasarawa and Yobe states are likely to experience flooding as a result of rising water levels of River Niger between today and tomorrow. Director, Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Federal Ministry of Environment, Usman Abdullah Bokani, advised communities on floodplain from Jeba to Lokoja to vacate to higher plains. And that's the news this morning. We'll take a short break, but don't go away. Weekend Deal continues with Telma and Patience right after.